President Mike Pence's daughter, Charlotte, has a new book that's a true family affair. It's written by her, illustrated by her mother, Karen, and it's about her father. And it's narrated by their pet rabbit. Please welcome the author of Marlon Brando's Day in the Life of the Vice President, my friend, Charlotte Pence. Charlotte, thank you so much for coming on.
Thanks for having me. This is so fun.
So obviously your father is the Vice President of the United States.
Yes.
I wouldn't know anything about winning, so can you tell me what it's like having your father be Vice President of the United States?
Yeah, honestly, for us in our family, I feel like it's hard for me to even answer that because he's just my dad first, you know, as you know. And so I think that part of that is, you know, it's always been a job he's had almost my whole life in politics. And so really, he's just my dad at the end of the day.
Do all you kids of politicians know each other?
No. No.
That's like thinking every celebrity knows each other.
She seems to know a lot of them. You.
Oh, well, we have a little club that Charlotte is now part of, but it's I know the people on my side, mostly.
Charlotte,
Republicans stick together.
The race this last, or 2 years ago, it got pretty nasty. When your dad was asked to take the job, did you guys sit down as a family and discuss what this was going to mean for you?
Yeah.
Did you have a major concern?
We did. We talked about it a lot. I was kind of lucky because I was the only kid living at home at the time. So I got to really see my parents actually, you know, go through this thought process. And I had a lot of peace about it because I saw them just pray about it a lot, just really trusting God and kind of go down this path that they felt called to. And so, honestly, I felt really good about it, and I was kind of along for the ride the whole time.
Yeah. Well, you know, as Sean Hannity knows, your father and I go way back.
Yeah.
So what do you think is the biggest misconception about Mike Pence?
I mean, it's got to be that he has, you know, any animosity or hatred towards anyone. He has really strong views. I mean, he's a conservative. He's in public politics, obviously public life, and he's called to that. Yeah. But he doesn't have a bad feeling towards anyone, despite like his actual strong.
Well, he's very religious, also.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Definitely.
Was he always religious like that?
He would talk about it more, but he became a Christian really in college. So I don't think he always was. I think his faith journey is really interesting. But ever since I've known him, he has been. So.
You know, Charlotte, you live in Los Angeles. You actually work for the agency that represents me, far away from D.C. in politics. Yeah. You know, the Trump administration has a really love-hate relationship with the media. Do you see a bias in the way that they cover your father's administration?
Well, I mean, for me, like you said, I live out in Hollywood, so I feel like, honestly, I think when you meet people on a one-on-one personal level, I think some of the bias or the labels kind of go away, and you get to really, like, know the people. So for me, working out in Hollywood, I haven't really encountered the bias. I mean, other people, can talk about, you know, the bias of the media, but I think that in Hollywood, at least, I've really been accepted and met awesome people and awesome friends in my workplace and around town.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Well, I would love to talk about this book.
Yeah.
It's just so wonderful. And at the break, we were talking about our love for animals. You know, I raise chickens. You said you'd love to raise chickens one day. But this book is about your bunny, who's named Marlon Brando. How did that name come about?
Yes. He is named after Marlon Brando. That's true. You can applaud that. I got him for a student film project in college. Actually, I needed a bunny, and so I found him on Craigslist. And they said, you know, I asked how much is the bunny, and they said make me an offer, and so it became this Godfather joke with my friends. So we thought we had to name him Marlon Brando and make it a pun, obviously Marlon Brando.
Oh, make me an offer.
Maybe an offer I can't refuse.
Now, he has earned the name Botus, Bunny of the United States. You get it? Does he lean to the right or left?
I don't know. I guess you'd have to ask him that. I think he kind of, you know, hops down the middle of the aisle.
He's a bit Switzerland in there.
Yeah.
But there are perks to being Botus, right? What are some of the perks?
Yeah, well, I mean, he lives in the Naval Observatory with my parents, which is talked about in the book. And he, you know, he's actually gone to some events and gotten to meet military families, and we're going to be going on the book tour to bases all around the country that will be meeting a lot of people there.
Wow. And you know what? Joy, you're going to be interested in this. He has his own Instagram account with over 21,000 followers.
Oh, like
Is that more
Bernie.
than Bernie?
I think it's more than Bernie.
Well, Bernie Behar at Bernie Behar is on Instagram.
Yeah,
Yes.
I know.
You guys can follow each
Well,
other.
he has 13,000. That's pretty good.
Yeah,
That's
it is
really
good.
good.
It is good.
He's
More than
coming
me.
up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
21.
How long has your money been on Instagram?
So right after the inauguration, we got
It's
him.
a long time, right?
Yeah, so so it's
Not
great.
that I'm competitive at all.
Yeah, so it's been fun.
Where's the bunny? Bring
We
him
get to
out.
meet the bunny right now, actually.
Oh.
No, wait, we don't want to scare him, so you guys really light applause or just snap. One of the two. So, Whoopi, come on out.
Oh, you don't seem that excited.
Can't you let him out of that thing?
I can
They
bring
poop
him
him
out.
No, Whoopi.
Charlotte, you know this is all. I know what I'm supposed to do. I'm supposed to be over there.
Oh, okay.
But you guys were talking backstage, I heard.
Well, we had a very good conversation because I do speak bunny.
Marlon.
I've heard.
How
I
old
was
is Marlon?
asking-
He's 5.
Oh,
Yeah, he's at
really?
least 5.
And I was asking that's okay. I was asking what plans Marlon had for, because his big Easter thing is happening.
Oh, nice.
And so he was just saying
This
that, he was just hanging out.
Adorable.
So sweet.
What is going to be with the family.
Oh, he's just so cute.
He's doing his thing.
And he's doing his thing.
Yes.
He says he's not a fan of chocolate, though.
Uh-oh. Well, that's probably good.
Well, when they deliver it, they don't eat it.
Well,
Well,
Marlon,
that's why.
Yeah.
That he doesn't like
Too much. He works around it all the time,
Marlon's the focus of the book. Your mom also illustrated the book. Tell everyone about it.
It's really sweet. Soft.
Sorry, yeah, I got distracted by
No,
that.
I know this is very.
What's the book
Yeah,
about?
so the book is literally a day in the life of the vice president. So we wanted to make it historically accurate and educational, but it also has a personal side to my dad, obviously, because Marlon follows him around all day.
He does?
His day. Yes, not in real life in the book.
Oh, in the
yeah, not.
Because in real life, there's a lot of
hanging out.
droppings in real life.
Yeah, he has not been in the Oval
rapid
Office.
He was very. See, he
Turned on me.
doesn't like you making jokes about him. See,
He just realized which one you were.
He just turned on me.
But what's nice about the book is that your mom illustrated it, and the illustrations are gorgeous. Yeah,
And their proceeds that go to human trafficking, correct?
Yes, yeah. I'm donating a portion of the proceeds to A21, which is an organization that fights human trafficking. And my mom is also donating to charity as well.
Charlotte, thank you so much for coming by, and thank you, Marlon Bundo, for coming by. Members of our audience are going home with a copy of her book, Marlon Bundo's Day in the Life of the Vice President. We'll be right back.
Between Steve Bannon and Hillary Clinton, they've got folks all fired up over comments that they made about the election, particularly with Hillary when she spoke at a conference in India over the weekend. Here's what she said.
His whole campaign, Make America Great Again, was looking backwards. You know, you didn't like black people getting rights. You don't like women, getting jobs. You don't want to, see that Indian American succeeding more than you are. Whatever your problem is, I'm going to solve it. So it was a symptom, but it was also a cause.
Now, she also said she should have been more entertaining on the campaign trail.
Yeah.
But I think her whole answer was also looking backwards. That was in 2016. Like, why are we still talking about the campaign? She wrote the book, and it gave a bit of catharsis, like her side of what went down, and that's great. But I think part of what people discovered during that election, if you lean Democratic, is that the party didn't have messaging. It missed a lot of things.
Yeah, but why can't she talk? She's in India.
She
wants
can,
to
but
talk.
she's very influential.
Did someone ask her or anything?
Probably. I'm sure she was there for a reason.
But even if they do, the best answer to give would be this. You know what? We've got a lot of problems, and I'd like to talk about those. That was yesterday.
Now, that was, yeah,
she said
they'd
that
eat her for that, too.
Yeah, but I'd much rather
they
see
should both
a
stop
leader come
talking.
out and talk about some of the things that are broken, that aren't working.
She ran one of the worst campaigns ever. She didn't do the kind of ground game in Wisconsin and North Carolina that she should have. I think at this point, if you can't stop making this about virtue signaling and race, a lot of it was about poverty, a lot of it was about the economy, a lot of it was just this anti-Washington sentiment, anti-establishment sentiment that we should have seen growing with the Tea Party. And honestly, I have to tell you, it's one thing to lose to President Obama. It's an entirely other thing to pull off losing to President Trump. And you got to come up with a better excuse than this.
You know,
and I think one
like
thing,
some of the things you said. All those things are true. But don't forget, Comey interfered in the election, and the Russians were interfering 100% in the election.
She's blaming
and
married white women.
Say this. Wait a minute, you don't like to hear me say this, but she did win by 3 million more votes.
I think that's
so she's not really a loser.
Is that the commentary of someone who feels good about themselves and their lives and their future?
I think she's pissed
We had
off.
Chelsea Clinton on last week. The Clintons are very omnipresent in politics still right now. If your messaging is that you want to go back in time, that women can't think for themselves, that our husbands and our bosses and our sons tell us what to do, that's quite the message going forward into midterms and general elections.
I was wondering where she got that from, because I thought, why are you saying, as a feminist, someone that likes to uphold women's rights, why are you saying that women are just voting the way their men vote? But but what I found, and
they
hopefully
said
I
about
can,
Obama.
Yeah, but hopefully I can pull it up. Now I can't pull it up. But there, oh, here it is. So a study from the Institute for Social and Economic Research, and that's what she's referring to, reported that married men tend to favor Republican presidential nominees for economic reasons, and their wives in general join them in support of their husband's economic interests.
So that's what she meant.
So that's where she's getting that argument from.
Yes, but the argument doesn't hold.
Thing.
The argument doesn't hold water whether you say black people voted for Obama because he was black, or you were going to vote for a woman because she's a woman. It doesn't hold up. You know, things were missed. This was the best poop storm you could have. This last election was a poop storm. You got the Russians involved. You got this involved, but then, you know, I think everybody just needs to stop talking. I don't know why she was answering these questions. I don't know what was asked of her. I don't know why she was there. And yeah, we have to stop looking back, but it's impossible not to look back, because you have to look back to see where we stumbled. Yeah. You have to look back and see.
But I'm going to tell you some hard truths that you agree with me with. The Clintons are a virus in the Democratic Party. You have to move on. If this is your messaging going into 2020, Joy agreed.
I thought that it was time for them to back off right now. Right now. I don't think they're helping the party right now.
Her message
Bill
is
Clinton
one.
with his Me
wait a
Too.
second. Can I just say something? Her message is one that I think resonates with me, at least, and I think many people. She's saying that Trump is talking about his campaign promise was making America great again. That was very dog whistle for me, because I was like, when was America great? Was it when my community didn't have civil rights? Was it when my community was enslaved? Was it when women didn't have rights? When President Trump was America great?
All I'm trying to say is, as Joy and I talk about often off camera, politics is a street fight. You want to win? This message is losing. You just lost an important election to a reality television star. If the Democratic Party is the party of the Clintons, it is not. You are dead in the water. We're going to have time for another 4 years.
Okay.
8 years.
Okay. We're going to take a break. We'll be right back.